Elephant.Money. Join the herd.
Welcome to the Elephant.Money Graveyard Academy video. So this is a quick video, part of the Academy series that we're going to talk about the graveyard. So what is the graveyard? How does it work? Why is it in place? And how it benefits you as an Elephant.Money user. So first and foremost, everyone was focused on this red candle, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's this red candle? A whale sold all this elephant. Well, no, that was not a whale. That was a smart contract doing an automatic liquidity event, and this happens when a rebalance event occurs. So to understand what the rebalance event is, we have to talk about the graveyard. So let's go over here. I prepared a quick document. So what is the Elephant.Money Graveyard? Answer: the graveyard is a smart contract that stores 50 to 51% of all the elephant tokens at any given time. It disperses 1% of the elephant tokens as liquidity when its balance reaches 51% of the total supply of elephant, triggering a rebalancing event, and then it resets itself back to 50% of the total supply. This occurs every few months depending on trading volume. The graveyard is your friend and is healthy for the ecosystem. So instead of a burn address, a dead burn address, the graveyard is active in the sense that it's capturing reflection dividends as buying and selling happens on the elephant token, and it slowly builds its supply from 50 to 51%. When it hits 51% of the total supply of tokens, it redisperses that extra 1% and resets back to 50. Now you're asking, why would I do this? This keeps the burn address / graveyard from getting too large, but it also keeps a healthy balance. But I'll talk about specifically the benefits of this redisbursement rebalancing mechanism later in this document. What is the purpose of Elephant.Money Graveyard? It accomplishes multiple tasks automatically. Let me repeat, automatically. So this is a very important thing. You want your decentralized finance to be as decentralized as possible and as automatic as possible. Okay, you don't want a dev that forgets to do this or does this. You want things to happen automatically. So what is the purpose? Ensures that pancake liquidity continues to increase over time, which helps ensure that trunk bonds are redeemable to peg. Okay, so you have a vested interest in this. This is a good thing. Hardens the elephant token price floor in a ladder-like fashion, and I'll show a chart with that here a little later down the page. And you're like, what do you mean the price dropped? But keep in mind that 1% token rebalance event creates liquidity. That 1% is going 100% to liquidity. So it is not a bad actor in the system. It's a good actor because it's keeping the money in the system, and that is key. It's not just selling and taking the money for profits. It's selling and moving the proceeds over to liquidity. Increases the elephant treasury, which hardens the trunk bond peg. So the treasury is a separate contract which stores elephant, not the graveyard, that actively gets reflections. So once a rebalance happens and it goes back down to 50%, the elephant treasury is getting extra tokens. Everyone's getting extra tokens because the graveyard owns less of the total supply. Okay, and that helps harden the trunk bond peg. Why do we need Elephant.Money Graveyard? The answer: the graveyard is an automatic liquidity builder, which increases liquidity total locked volume automatically, and this helps keep the system healthy. Remember, liquidity is king. If you don't have liquidity, there's nothing there for you to sell into or take profits to. But wait, why does the elephant price go down when the graveyard hits 51% and rebalances? Answer: during a rebalance, 1% of the elephant tokens total supply are cut in half. So it takes that 1%, cuts it in half. Half are sold to market for BNB, and then the other half is paired with it, and then it's put into liquidity on Pancake. This is a temporary price drop. Don't panic. Hold your bags and charge on. Realize that once the graveyard drops back to 50%, users are getting more reflection divs as individual elephant holders. So here's a nice little chart for the elephant graveyard. Elephant graveyard captures price action as liquidity. Liquidity automatically hardens elephant price and strengthens trunk bonds. So the green is pancake liquidity, which we want to see this continue to rise. And then the blue is the elephant price. So these circles are rebalancing events. And as you can see, the price drops, but the liquidity continues to build. Price drops, liquidity continues to build. So finally, how often does the graveyard rebalance? Every couple months, depending on trading volume. The temporary price drop is a great opportunity to increase your bags. So what do I mean by that? So looking at this chart, it's very obvious that this was a rebalance, and some people took advantage of the situation and stacked their bags. So if the graveyard is getting close to 51%, kind of keep an eye on it, and it creates an opportunity to increase your position at a price. And as you can see, it's already recovering. So in the future, when you see these spikes, check to make sure it's not a rebalance before you freak out, because the graveyard is your friend, liquidity is your friend, and Elephant.Money, the herd always charges on. Thanks for watching.